Guys, it's Hank coming to you from Sarasota, best city on earth, I think. Alright, I'm going to cover a couple of quick things right now because I do a counter-psychological operation here, and I think what counter-psyops is all about is just telling the fucking truth every once in a while. Because there's so much bullshit out there in the world, and you're siphoning through it, you're going through it, you're trying to figure out what's real, what's fake, who's a scammer, who's not a scammer, what's real news, what's fake news. All that shit is made to overwhelm you. So I'm going to hit a couple of points real quick. First point, disinformation campaigns were used in the Vegas shooting. I actually saw, well, much of the video I saw. I mean, I went out there and really searched to find as much as possible to really understand it. And I actually saw, crisis actors and stuff in there. Okay, at one point, people being carried on these barriers or this fence-like thing, and I could tell that it was fake. I've seen fake stuff before. But I also saw things that were very real. Now, this guy, David Steele, ex-CIA agent, maybe, possibly, that's what he says he is. He just might be a well-read guy. I don't fucking know. But the thing is, it's like, would the CIA really be pissed at you, like if you were one of these jerk-offs that just said that they were CIA and not really CIA? I mean, I know the Navy SEALs will come fucking kick the dog shit out of you if you start saying some dumb shit like you were a Navy SEAL and it's called stolen valor. Those guys fucking put in work, and you don't fuck with that shit. But like the CIA, like, who knows? I mean, they're professional liars, so the more fucking guys that are running around spouting off a bunch of bullshit just helps them cover up their own nonsense. So who fucking really knows? But I do know day one the guy came out and he said it was fake, alright? Now, he said later on that it was a honey trap. Oh yeah, that he could fucking put out that little bit of disinformation and all the real information was going to come back to him. I said, man, that is fucking, oh, so clever. You make you look like you're fucking omnipotent. But no, the truth is, that's bullshit. It's a fucking lie. It's a lie one way or the other, okay? It's a lie if you put the disinformation out to get the truth, which makes it look like you're fucking noble, but you're not. You're still a liar. And the second part is, alright, so he's not telling the truth, makes him look omnipotent, makes him look more powerful than he really is. So, how can you trust him on anything else he says? Alright? So, I actually know, okay, that fake information's put out there to confuse people about the real issue, because everybody knows goddamn well nobody believes the fucking official narrative. Nobody believes what's coming on the mainstream media. They know they have lost that battle. So they're trying to find new ways to continue to control the human mind, continue to control the human condition. And they've been doing it with media for so long, now they've got no choice but to try and censor YouTube and things like that. And they're going to lose that battle too, because the internet's got a funny way of fucking really bright people out there that don't really give a shit about your money because they're smart enough to make infinite amounts of money if they want to. They got all the money in the fucking world already. They just know they don't need it, so they give shit away for free. They're smart people. Yeah, they want to help humanity. They want to help the human condition. Okay, only a slimy fucking sleazeball is really concerned about money. So I'm going to get on to the second point about the. Let's see here. All right. Vegas, okay, I know it was real. No, it went down. Now, ultimately, in the end, can I tell you what exactly happened? No, I can't. Because I don't fucking know. I do know. I don't know for certain. But I do think very strongly, I'm convinced that there were multiple shooters and this was a big operation. And I am also, but I don't, everybody now is trying to tie it, ultimately wash their hands of it and say it was the Saudis, okay? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. That seems reasonable to me, but how the fuck do I know? Because at that point, I really don't know what's going on. So that's not the important part. The important part is not the detail of the end. It's not the minutia. If you can solve it, you can go through the investigation, you can figure it out, then you've done really, really well. Now it's getting out with your ass alive and fucking being able to tell the truth and be believed. Okay, that's a whole nother situation. So that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to express to you guys right now is you need to just focus on what you learned, okay? You got red-pilled that day, okay? You know you're being lied to and all this shit. You know, the disinformation out there is real, and it can help you identify really who's a liar and a bullshitter and not. Because, I mean, generally, you know, people are honest or not. They have tendencies. You know, everybody fucks up every once in a while and tells a lie of omission, or makes a mistake, or something. I mean, we're all human. I think deceptive practices are very natural to humans because it's an easy way of doing things. It's an easy way. Easy way is not the right way. Okay. So, another thing I want to get onto real quick about the guys that are coming out, they're saying they were ex-Black Ops guys. They're, you know, white hats, fucking whites, knights in shining armor and all this shit, okay? They were bad guys to begin with, right? Running drugs, running guns, killing people for money, you know. Now, I've known some pretty fucking gangster people in my life. In fact, they're all dead now, so I can talk about them. But, anyway, it's what happens, you know, you live fast like that, you die young. And that was not the way I wanted to live my life, but I was freaking happy to know them. They were good dudes, but they were, you know, into some crazy shit. Maybe the Black Ops dudes are kind of like that too, you know, like maybe there is some good in them, some redemption, some patriotism. You know, some shit does kind of sound real to me when they're coming out and they're talking about these things, especially at the end of life or in retirement, or they see the sorry situation that the country's in. They feel somewhat responsible for it. I think that's fucking amazing. Now, do you really want to get wrapped up in the things that you really can't do anything about? I'm talking about stuff like indigo skyfall and psychotronic weapons, microwave beams, directed energy weapons, shit like that. High-tech special access program intelligence, shit like that, that deep state, Black Ops, kind of totally fuck your mind, MK Ultra stuff, okay? Don't get focused on that, because that's a very expensive way of waging warfare, especially against the masses. It's very difficult to control the masses. That's why ultimately I think the agenda to kill a lot of people is there. And it does exist. There's some evil people that want to do that. Eugenesis, Nazi kind of shit. You know, the psychotronic weapons and stuff, yeah, maybe they exist. Like, initially I thought chemtrails didn't exist, but I didn't start really looking up into the sky until I started to think about it. Well, maybe it's real, maybe it's not. I was coming back from Virginia one time and driving back to Florida, clear as fucking day, I see it in Georgia. I see them shits in Georgia. I know goddamn well it wasn't no fucking contrail. So, yeah, that's real. Now, is there aluminum particulate in it that mixes with the GMO or the Roundup that creates 120 times toxicity, and then add the fluoride in with that and calcify the pineal gland? I don't know. I don't fucking know. And if it did, what the fuck am I going to do about it? Am I going to build a Faraday cage around the house? Am I going to start taking out cell phone towers? Am I going to freaking, start wearing a respirator where, I can breathe something that's less, that'll go all the way to 4 microns? what's the likelihood that Indigo Skyfall is going to kill me before I die of something else? What's the risk in that? Okay, you got to understand everything you do in life, you got to apply some sort of a risk assessment to it. I mean, that's why I love the insurance business. Unfortunately, you can't make much money in it anymore because it's all convoluted and fucked up. I talked about that in some other videos. But, real risk assessment is how you make good decisions in life. You say, okay, what's the best thing that I can do in this situation? You look at your potentialities, your probabilities. What are the most probable things to happen? And then you kind of run down the list of what's going to happen in each one of those scenarios, and then you apply sort of your risk level towards it and take the best path. Now, the best path is not always the easiest path, and that's where those fucking reptilian lizard scumbags, and they're chasing money and shit, they're somehow just missed it. They missed it, I think. They missed what life was about somehow, just eaten alive by their own ambitions. So, don't get your head wrapped up too much in the gang stalking and the directed energy weapons and the microwave beams and the fucking waves that can come through your TV and all that shit. If that kind of stuff is bothering you, then just cut the shit off. Pick up a book, figure it out on your own. Chill out for a minute. Because that's how they're really getting you. They're getting you to think all that shit is real and that it's affecting you specifically. Not to fucking... Now, does it possibly exist? Yeah, it possibly exists. Are they using on you? The probability is very low. And if they are, consider yourself lucky. I mean, fuck. What a grand experiment, I guess, that would go to be on, I don't know. Be aware that you can always be being deceived, but don't fucking get too wrapped up in it. So, the reason that I'm mentioning a lot of this right now is because I was very inspired today. You can probably tell by my level of excitement. And there's this guy here. Let's see. It's Snafu Radio. SNAFU Radio. Or Truth Radio. Man, the guy's in Texas. He's doing some kind of investigative stuff, working, seeing what things are like on the inside of the courtroom, how things really work, and fighting back with legalese to try and root out corruption. Now, it's not my way, but I was inspired by his way, because he is taking the initiative to do something locally that's within his command and control. Okay? So can you do anything about skunk works at Lockheed Martin? Unless you're in a different kind of class. No, you can't. Everybody's got different levels in their society that you're in. I mean, that's just the God's honest truth of it. It's not a caste system, exactly. And money definitely doesn't make you shit. Like, it really doesn't. And nobody's got any anyway. They're all just fucking pretending anyway. And, well, let's see. I'm so excited. But it's harnessing these things that are, local and within your reach. So I'm kind of talking about, it's like, okay, like Pizzagate, okay? Is that shit real? Yeah, that's so fucking real. I thought initially it was a psyop, because there's some psyop shit in it too, but I was starting to see some symbology and some coded phrasing and shit like that. And when I see symbology and coded phrasing, generally I think towards hypnosis or subliminal messaging and those techniques and shit like that, because that's what I study, But man, it's just, and some of those things are just so horrifying, you don't want to look. To me, like, that shit's just so fucking horrifying, I can't look at it. I can't do that. It's so fucking sick. And nobody is doing anything about it. It's been over a year. I mean, the evidence is there. It's like the fucking WikiLeaks with Hillary Clinton And everybody wonders why there's no prosecutions getting done. It's all fucking talk, 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 talk. And it's because, you know, that's their game. You know, that's how they keep the bullshit up. Making you think something's happening when nothing's fucking happening. Nothing's fucking getting done. Just one big mind fuck. So, plus two, I mean, Jeff Sessions, everybody's, look, is Jeff Sessions dirty or is he not dirty? The guy was at Waco. The guy fucking, he was like the lead FBI agent in charge at Waco. And you know what they did there. You know, I try and give the FBI a little bit of credit because the ATF hands them such steaming bags of bullshit. And I think there are good guys inside the FBI, but what I saw in Vegas, I mean, it was just disgusting. It was disgusting. So I lost a lot of faith in the FBI that day. And I was waiting on them to come on and get it back. You know, I want law enforcement to get off their ass and fucking do something about these major issues. Okay? Because the next level is these guys that are coming back from the wars are going to get so hot, they're just going to start bagging motherfuckers. I think. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody's doing anything. So just, Pizzagate, that shit's real. It's not for me to look at. Like Fukushima. That's the biggest ecological, environmental catastrophe of all fucking time. Magnitudes greater than Chernobyl. Obama covered it up. Plumegate, a huge radioactive plume, comes floating across the western United States. We don't hear dick one about it until a group of activists really go on. They're still pushing on that shit today. They're still working their fucking nuts off to try and get that message out. But it's all covered up by the NRC. It's the most corrupt organization fucking ever that's been put together. It's just time for an end to these criminal cartels. So my message is, don't get too wound up in the bullshit that's outside of your level in the game. Like, I can't do dick one about Pedogate where I am right now. I can't. That's not within my power to do it. What's within my power to do it is deliver my message out here to you, to tell you if you are in that area, it is real. And if you've got access to these motherfuckers, then get them. Put them in jail. Don't let them get away with it. And when they get to jail, the guy's in jail. Like, that's Chomo is the lowest guy on the totem pole in jail. He definitely deserves to be there. Or she. So, yeah. They're lower than human. They're subhuman. So if you know this, like I'm saving you the time here of trying to figure out whether or not Fukushima is true, whether or not Las Vegas had multiple shooters in it, whether or not, Pizzagate's real. I'm telling you, all that's real. You know, if you want to look at a guy that's really doing good Pizzagate work, really working his ass off, Titus Frost. I like the guy. You know, I like the guy. I like what he says. He's working his ass off. He won't back down, and he's doing it for the children. Like, that's a hard thing to do. And if it were up to him, I don't. But they won't let him in the club where he can get deputized, go down there and, run in with the submachine guns and snatch him up and put them under the jail where they belong. That's not his role in it. His role is as a reporter, as a writer, somebody that dug this information out where nobody else was. It's the rebuilding of the Fifth Estate. So for anybody that's going on their adventure to try and discover what the truth is, and kind of understand about the rebuilding of the Fifth Estate, that's it's the freedom of the press, the freedom of open information and ideas and communication. Why it's so important to a free society, especially a democracy, and why fascists hate free speech. It's why, and fascism by any other name is corporatism, and there's the whole Antifa psyop, and it's sad. It's really sad, but you can't let it get you down. You have to put an air of positivity out there. And that's what I'm saying. This guy from Snafu Radio, you need to go look at that. Because the guy was cool. If you want to look into Fukushima stuff, I can send you hook you up with one guy that's pretty solid. I'm waiting to see if he's going to come through on some things for me. And, just tell the truth and work within your level. So everybody at every level of society has something that they can do to improve their neighborhood, clean up your own backyard, make things right around you. Now, first, that starts within yourself and making the right decisions and telling the truth. And the second thing is holding people that don't do that accountable. And then eventually, what that's going to do is strangle, makes the club of Luciferian bullshit motherfuckers smaller. You can't have them running things. You can't have them outnumbering you. That makes the world a really, really shitty place. And you can blast them off this earth with positive energy. Blast them off this earth with positive energy. But you also do it by being active and holding things accountable. And they'll get more and more frightened. Now, other people have a different philosophy. They say, cut the head off the snake. The rest of the local communities and stuff are not going to get cleaned up until somebody does something up at Washington. But I've been learning about these things for years now, and governments have been dirty ever since way back when. That's why our founding fathers were pretty much against it. Tried to create a constitution where you didn't really need to have that much government. It was about limiting government. So, I think I've made my point. Tell the truth, work within your community, your neighborhood. Find something to do on a local level. Don't compromise yourself. Snafu Radio. Check the dude out. It's actually free. Maybe 3-4 people that have access to that channel upload. I don't know. You'll find something you like. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. It's been Hank.